Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I hope you will see something in the video that will motivate you, or perhaps you learn something and you will subscribe to my channel. In this video, I'm going to share with you what I've been doing since my last video. I'm not going to do a lot of editing. It's going to be on the vlog style. And I'm going to share with you how I harvest my tomatoes and cucumbers. I'm going to share with you how I sprinkle some more seeds that are heat tolerant. And what else? Oh, I finally got around to spending the money that my children gave me for Mother's Day. And I bought some stuff for the yard. And it's mostly flowers, and that's because I am in the soft era of my life. And I want my garden to be productive as well as beautiful. And I don't work hard. I only work 30 minutes a day because I have kidney failure and I take dialysis treatments. Okay, everybody, let's get started. I told you guys, today is June 2nd. I told you on the 1st of June that my Texas Star hibiscus plants were going to bloom. Yep, we'll have more tomorrow. If you didn't know, if you grow it organically, the flowers can be made into tea and it helps to lower blood pressure. This is what I want to show you. Let me go in closer. That is my second red Texas Star hibiscus. And you can see it's got a lot of blooms getting ready to come on. Yep, I'm excited. Guys, I'm at the garden center at Lowe's. And I am finally getting around to spending some of my Mother's Day money. Okay, so I'm gonna pick up 2 of these banana plants that are on sale, $2 off for $17.98. And then I'm gonna pick up 2 lilies. And again, they're on sale for $17.88. I actually have a couple $100, almost $300 to spend, but I'm not going to. I think I'll get 2 of the lilies, 1 lantana, and I thought about getting this flowering purslane. The lantana is on sale for $17.88 as well. Now I'm at my favorite nursery in Mesquite. It's called Callaway's. I haven't been here all year, so let's see what they got. It's good to shop around. These same Musa banana plants are here at this nursery for $19.99. They're not on sale. Just thought I'd share that with you. Shop around, people. Okay, I got 2 echinaceas. They didn't come back from last year. They weren't on sale, but I needed them. And then I got 4 begonias on sale for $1.99. They didn't come back. And then I brought a Gerber daisy, and these are all perennial. The begonias are not perennials, but in my zone, they usually come back. I'm gonna get home and plant everything, and then I'll share with you. Okay, guys, I want to share something with you right now. You see all these trees up here from the neighbor? Go up high, Bree, so they can see them. Hundreds of birds live up there, okay? And so I have to be very careful about them not eating my tomatoes. So let me show you what I do. So what I want to show you about the tomatoes is, because I have a lot of birds, the birds will come in here and eat my tomatoes. So, because I've been gardening a long time, once the tomatoes start ripening, changing colors, no more nutrition is sent to that individual tomato. Can you get close over here, Bria? This is when I normally will harvest my tomatoes, when they start blushing. Color right here, that's really too long. I'm lucky that the birds didn't get them. Okay, so I'm going to harvest all of these. I'll let them ripen in the house, and they're going to taste the same. They don't get any sweeter if you harvest them early. In fact, farmers harvest the tomatoes when they're green.
Buddy, it's Bria here, and I just want to show you the tomatoes that we just harvested right before the rain. They don't need any more nutrients.
Guys, I want to show you all those tomato branches and leaves. I want you to know that I'm composting it, and I'm putting old potting mix in layers like a lasagna. And this is going to make some very, very good compost. This is a very large tote. I just drilled drainage holes at the bottom, and some at the top because it's getting ready to rain. And this will be composting all winter long, and come the spring, I'll put it in my containers. Don't throw all your leaves and branches and dead plants away unless you had an issue like powdery mildew. I don't compost those, but these tomatoes, there was nothing wrong with them, okay? So we're gonna turn this into black gold. A couple of my subscribers asked me, where do I keep my compost and gardening tools? And I keep them behind the swimming pool up against the fence, as you can see. A wheelbarrow, several totes, and gardening benches. I just want to give you an idea how quickly the tomatoes will ripen. If you pull them at this stage, 2 days later, this is how they look. They ripen very fast. Subscribers, are any of you like me? Even if it's misting a little bit, I still, if I have a job to do, I still come out and do it in the rain. I want to get those hummingbird feeders up. And next, I'm gonna get some seeds in those 2 containers. Let me see if I can walk over there. Right there, I'm gonna put some peas in those containers. Been raining off and on. I came back out as soon as I realized that it's just drizzling just a little bit. And I prepared this container right here. It's a 25-gallon container, and I'm going to plant these black-eyed peas. I soaked them overnight, and so here are the seeds. And let's turn the package over. I know that they are heat tolerant. I need to put them down about 3 to 4 inches apart, about 1/2 inch in the soil, and it takes 7 to 14 days to germinate. It's going to germinate faster because we have real high temperatures, and these thrive very well in warm climates. I've grown them before. I know they're going to be fine. And of course, you guys know that I'm going to add shade cloth when it gets over 95 consistently. I thoroughly wet the soil, added some compost and new potting mix on top, and just going to put them down. That's it. I'm not going to cover them, so I know how I'm spacing them, and then I'll be back when I want to show you something else. Hear all the birds? They're talking. I love to hear them chirping. I had enough black-eyed peas to grow some in this 25-gallon container, as well as this container right over here. And you see that package right there? Those are pink-eye cow peas, and I'm gonna plant them over here and right over here. It's raining just a little, but I'm gonna hurry up and get these pink-eye, black-eye peas in these 2 containers. I have some more pink-eye, black-eye peas. I'll show you where they are. They're already blooming. Guys, you know that I'm always companion planting. Here are some pink-eye cowpeas. I just threw a few seeds in this big container a few weeks ago, and you can see they're flowering, and they're going to be putting on the little peas very soon. And in this container, this is the pecan tree. I don't want you to think that's what that is. And these are some sunflowers and marigolds. And I see some room back there. I'm going to drop a few peas back there. I won't do that on camera, but I'll show you in a week or 2. Did you know you can grow cucumbers and peas together? You sure can. The peas are nitrogen fixers, and they will put some nitrogen in the soil for my fall garden, and they won't interfere with the cucumbers. And what I'm going to grow is this Armenian cucumber because it is heat tolerant. So I'm going to try to put the seeds right here so they can start growing up the trellis, because by the time they get tall enough to go up the trellis, I will have harvested all of my sugar baby watermelons. And let me show you what happened. I lost some watermelons when we got 97, and one day it was 98 degrees. This one shriveled up, this one here, and it's a couple more I saw right in here that shriveled up. It's too hot. But I wanted to get at least 8, but thank God I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm grateful for what I got. I am going to now start cutting the vines off. You see, like right here, I'm going to cut this all off. This will allow more nutrition to go into the existing millets. Now let's put these cucumber seeds down. I'm going to put 4 seeds. Where did the seeds go? Right over here. I soaked them all night. I actually soaked 5. So I put 5 right in here. Hope they don't move. And then I'm going to put the peas all around here. Okay, I'll be back. I'm not going to show you how to do it. I've shown you in a lot of videos how to plant cucumber seeds and peas. Okay. Okay, I'm going to harvest some cucumbers. I got my tripod in. I'm in a tight place, but I'll hold them up and show them to you. That's one. And remember, these cucumbers were real little last week. That's 2. Let's see if I can adjust it up a little bit more. I think that'll work. Brian and Bria have stuff to do, so they can't film me. It's another nice one. So I've got 4. Then I'll take the camera in my hand and hold it, and I'll show you the little bitty ones on here. They'll be ready next week. Let me see. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And go over here. 6. And some of them are behind the trellis. I'll do the best that I can to get them. 7. 8 is a little tricky. I think that's all of the big ones. This is kind of small, but I'm gonna take it anyway. Very good. And this one is kind of small, but I'm gonna take it too. Okay, I'll show you all of them. So that's a nice harvest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's show you what we still got on the vine. They'll go from this size right here to full size very quickly. There's some over here, right there. Actually, I can take this one off right here. Let me see if I can break it off. Yeah, that's a nice size one. And we got one here, 2 little ones right there. Very tiny one here. This is the Bait Alpha. This is the best that it's ever done for me. I don't know if I showed you this one. I don't think I did. And here's one here. Yeah. And the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna start trimming the vines. I started pulling them down yesterday of the watermelon because I don't want them to produce any more melons. I just want the ones that I have on here to ripen. So yeah, I think I already detangled everything. This is all I'm gonna throw away in the compost.
Hey everybody, it's Ryan here, and today my grandmother, she picked these fresh cucumbers. These ones right here, she's gonna slice them up and make dill pickles because we got fresh dill growing outside.
Okay, what are we gonna do with these, Brian?
These ones we're gonna make whole pickles out.
Whole pickles. Okie dokie. Thank you,
Since
Brian.
I brought this purslane home the other day, I've been noticing that the bees are swarming around it. I've never noticed that before. That just lets you know you can always keep learning. I'm going to propagate some of it next year and plant it with my vegetables and fruits that need to be pollinated. Flies apparently like it too.
This is the 3rd day that the Texas Star hibiscus, the red type, it comes in a white too. I like the red better. They are now blooming 2 at a time. And all I do is just come and pull off these blooms and put them in a brown bag, as I stated, I think yesterday. Now, eventually, they're going to start blooming. You can see that one opening up there, that one opening up
right there. They'll start blooming 3 a day, 4 a day, 5 a day until it's thoroughly covered. Now let me show you where I planted everything that I bought for my Mother's Day money. Right here, I haven't planted these yet. It's gotten too hot out here. I'll do them tomorrow or Monday. And I'm over my 30 minutes. If you're new to my channel, I'm working 30 minutes a day because I take dialysis treatments 3 days a week. And then we walk over here. I planted the canna lilies right here and here. And I'll walk over here and show you. Got a lot of rain. Look at all that water built up from last night. And I've got some purslane and a few flowers over here. I'll insert what it is. And I put my echinacea cone flower. Okie dokie. So I'm real happy. The tomatoes are getting too much water. That's not blight, but they're turning yellow. As soon as these ripen up, and some of the ones on the top, I'm gonna pull them all and start my tomatoes for the fall and early winter.
Guys, it's Saturday night. It's about 9 o'clock and it's raining again. This has been a very rainy season, and it is exactly why I prefer to grow into containers so that it can drain. The excessive amount of rain we've received this season has done a number on my tomatoes, so my harvest is not going to be as plentiful as it usually is. But you know what? That's okay. I have a long growing season, and I can grow more tomatoes in the fall and early winter.
Thank you all so much for watching my video. I love you, and God loves you too. Bye now.